Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. I'd like to welcome each of you to another, what we refer to as a FranTastic InSights video segment, whereby we introduce to you some very prominent personalities, all of whom are having a very positive impact on the ever-growing world of franchising. My name is David Craghead. I am the Chief Franchise Expansion Officer for both FranServe and also for the Franchise Dictionary magazine. And today I will be your host for this week's FranTastic InSights segment. FranServe is recognized as the world's largest franchise consulting and expansion organization. We have a very simple mission, and that is we change people's lives in a very positive way through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchise brands in 39 different industry categories. And our growth initiatives are fully supported by a growing portfolio of franchise consultants, all of whom are dedicated to helping their clients explore franchise opportunities which are deemed to be a perfect match for their individual search criteria. And today I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Scott Suryan, who serves as the Director of Franchise Development for the brand known as Caring Senior Service, a brand that many of you possibly are very familiar with. Caring Senior Service facilitates seniors' desire to maintain a safe and independent lifestyle in the comfort of their own home. And they do that by providing seniors with the assistance they need to maintain their independence and the quality of life. And they have been doing this very successfully for over 30 years. So Scott, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time. I'm going to pass the microphone to you this morning. So please, if you would, share your perspective on Caring Senior Service.
First off, David, thank you for having me on this interview. I really appreciate that. And so does Caring Senior Service. Caring Senior Service in a nutshell is literally keeping seniors healthy, happy, and at home. For well over 30 years that you pointed out, we have been doing just that. We started in Texas, and we've grown to over 19 states right now, with a lot more growth to come. And basically, Caring Senior Service is unique in the industry in the respect that, one, we have our own, and when I mean own, not leased or rented from a third-party company, we literally have our own software platform that our founder and CEO, Jeff Salter, created. Not only do we have our own specific software, but Jeff is also not only the founder and the CEO, but he's also a franchisee in the system, as well as our VP Ian Clays. So we not only talk the talk, but we actually put our money where our mouth is. So there aren't a lot of C-suite executives in this industry that actually own and operate their own businesses within their franchise system. Also, too, a little bit more about Caring Senior Service is, excuse me, that we really have a focus on the franchisee. We know that we're nothing without them, and we know that the franchisees are nothing without their clients. So we take a very, very blue collar, work hard, stay humble mentality with our franchisees and know that they are the face of our business out in the public.
Thank you. Within that, do you have a particular mission statement for your brand?
Yeah, literally, it's very simple. It's healthy, happy, and at home. That's really what we strive for. And that is ingrained in every single one of us, not only at the corporate office or national HQ, but also out in the field with our franchisees. So when we're going and doing these individual interviews with our potential clients, we're doing it face to face. We're making specific care plans just for them. It's not cookie cutter in any way, shape, or form. We truly believe in the relationship building that we do with our franchisees as well as with our clients, to the point where we will literally go and introduce our caregiver to that client for the first time, almost as we're vouching for them, to say, look, this is our person that's going to come in and take care of you. And it puts the family at ease, it puts the client at ease. We just really believe in the relationship that we create with the franchisee as well as the client.
Thank you. You know, we recognize that the senior services category within the world of franchising is a huge category.
Hmm.
We have several brands that fit into your category, and they all have what I would describe as unique branded distinctions
Hmm.
that separate their brand from their neighbors. So do you have any what I call branded distinctions that make Caring Senior Service unique?
Absolutely. I previously I just mentioned the 10DO aspect with our own private proprietary software platform that our CEO, our founder created that's unique to everybody in the industry, that can do everything from billing and payment to actually allowing the family member who can't be at an appointment with their loved one virtually come in and be there to listen and speak to the doctor with our tablet-based system. We've been tablet-based since 2014. We're literally paperless. So you can absolutely run a business within our company without a paper trail. It's all backed up into the cloud. It's all backed up with our 10DO software. And I think that makes us unique in the industry. I mentioned that our CEO, our founder, is still a franchisee within our community, which is also something that makes us unique. And he owns it, lock, stock, and barrel. There is no private equity in our company. So the concern with maybe having a company change hands every 3 to 5 years because there's a new person that wants to squeeze a little more money out of that company, it's not with us. We are not on the market to be sold. We are definitely here in it for the long run with our franchisees and our clients. And then last but not least, we have what we call great care, where we actually take an active role, not only with our clients, but also with hiring, recruiting, and retaining our caregivers. We actually have an in-office subscription that allows our franchisees to use our hub services model, and we do some of the preemptive recruiting for you. So we take the legwork out of doing the first or second potentially interview or first or second interviews in the process, so you can focus on doing more things on your business and in your business than worrying about having to hire all the time. We're going to take all that heavy lifting away from you so you can focus on what counts.
Very good. Thank you. Good explanation. I understand that each of your franchisees have a very specific territory. Can you describe to me how your territories are designed and how they are created?
Yes. So first of all, it's definitely a collaboration process. We are not just going to force feed a franchisee or a potential franchisee with a specific set of zip codes. We're going to talk to them, find out what makes the most sense for not only them, but for us on the national headquarters side, and work together to find that that sweet spot, if you will. And then we take a percentage of the population. So we're going to give you up-to-date data and slice it and dice it so that you know what the age range is from 65 and over and how that's a percentage of that territory. And we're going to see what you're comfortable with, and we're going to see what we're comfortable with. The franchise fee is the same, whether you have a large land territory or a smaller territory. Either way, we're going to make sure that we hit the certain numbers that we're looking for. So we're looking for at least a 10 to 15% population in the 65 and over range. We're looking for median household income. We're looking for median home values. We want to make sure that this territory and everything that we've seen and can verify is going to be profitable, not only for you, but for us on the national headquarters side.
Okay, thank you. And for the mutual benefit of both you and Caring Senior Service and for our consultants who are watching this video, can you share with me what you may describe as very desirable or hot territories that are currently vacant that you'd like for us to help you fill?
Sure, absolutely. So just a couple that pop into mind, the great state of Alabama. The reason we like that one a lot, quite honestly, is there's not a licensure issue. So although we help our franchisees, our new franchisees, hand in glove with the licensure process with senior in-home care, the state of Alabama is super uncomplicated to make it just that much simpler. And we can get a location up and running within a matter of a couple of weeks, potentially, providing all the stars align. Another area, the Carolinas. We love North Carolina. We love South Carolina. Michigan would be fantastic as well, too. There are still some really good areas in Ohio that we think we can attack as well. We just opened the great state of Delaware, and we just opened Florida as 2 new states that we had never been in the past. So a lot of territory is what I would call, new and hot to us. We quite honestly, I did a quick number crunch end of last week. We have approximately 600 territories in inventory right now across the vast majority of the United States. And we are not in any way, shape, or form to the max in any of our areas.
That's good to know. Room for growth, right?
Absolutely room to grow.
We certainly
Definitely
understand, we certainly understand that the senior service industry has so much more room to grow, probably for the next 20 or 30 years. So you're in a good spot. Now, our responsibility, when I say our, I'm referring to our consultants.
Sure.
Our responsibility is to bring to you very high quality, qualified candidates. If you could design the perfect franchisee for caring senior service, how would you describe that individual? What characteristics would they have that you would consider to be ideal?
That's a great question. And there's a lot of apprehension out there for potential candidates in this space. And the reason is everyone thinks they need to have a healthcare background, and that could not be farther from the truth. Our founder and CEO, Jeff Salter, actually had a computer science major when he was in college, when he started this business at the age of 20. So throw that out the window. There definitely is not a need for healthcare. It definitely helps you if you have a healthcare background, because you've got a lot of the vocabulary already in your knowledge base. But what we're really looking for, David, is a deep passion on the candidate's part to serve others and their communities. This is not a passive business model by any way, shape, or form. We want our franchisees to work in the business and on the business as much as humanly possible. We also want them to have the drive to scale the business. Now, we're not talking about, we want people that are going to do multiple units and be in 14 different states. We want them, when I mean drive to scale, we want them to absolutely want to maximize efforts in their territory, and then let the business dictate to them when it's time to grow. So we don't want you to have bigger eyes than your stomach can handle. We want you to grow at a reasonable pace. And if we think you're growing too fast, we're going to let you know. And if we think you're going too slow, we'll say, hey, look, David, you could grow a little bit faster. And here's where you could grow that's contiguous to where you're at right now. We're also looking for strong presentation skills in our candidates. You have to be able to command a room, command a group with your speaking and organizational skills. That is absolutely paramount for us. And last but not least, you have to have a desire to make a difference. Now, I know I talked about serving others and their communities, but this is not a get rich quick scheme by any way, shape, or form. We are not a flash in the pan. We are slow and steady, and we win the race. But we do it by having those folks with the deep conviction, the deep passions, the desire to make a difference, the strong presentation skills, and the ability to see the forest for the trees and scale their business over a period of time.
Very good. I appreciate your thorough answers. You're giving us all the detail we were hoping that you provide to us.
Thank you.
One more question
Sure.
for you. When we bring a new client to you that you accept, a franchisee that meets your description, from the date of their signing of the franchise agreement to the date they own their business, what type of time frame is that typically?
So that's a great question. It's going to depend a little bit on the different states that they might be in. Some states have a licensure process that's a little more complicated, but on average, if everything works out well, by the time you sign and by the time you open your doors, could be as little as 60 days. In some cases, in states that have no licensure, it can be a matter of a couple of weeks. So it really can be a quick scale up or ramp up for our new franchisees to start the process and not only onboard clients, but also onboard caregivers as well.
Okay, very good, very quick. That's speaks volumes to the fact this is not a brick and mortar business. So that's a very good thing, correct?
Correct. We do make sure that the franchisee has a small brick and mortar presence, but it is basically to house the 3 full-time employees and a place to meet clients, families, and caregivers. So it's not a massive real estate burden on the franchisees side. And it also speaks volumes, in my opinion, to the fact that we don't farm out the licensure process with our candidates. We are there hand in glove with them all the way through. Granted, they have to put the ink on the paper, but we're guiding them and coaching them with our internal employees to get them through the process as expediently as possible.
Okay. Well, Scott, I want to thank you for the pleasure of your time today. You've been very, very thorough with your answers, which is exactly what we were hoping for. And this entire webinar will be posted on the FranServe support site, and it'll be archived in the FranServe library for quite some time to come, make it very easy for our consultants to access it. It will help them to be better prepared to speak to their clients about your brand. It's also going to be uploaded to the Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn platforms too. So a lot of people are going to find out about Caring Senior Service and about you too, Scott. So thank you for stepping up today. We appreciate your time. And with that, we will adjourn today's webinar and call this session a wrap. Scott, once again, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Have a great day.
You too.